Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday, the 18th of October 2021. Monday is always beginner's day or easy day. If you prefer the easy level Sudoku puzzles and you're just a beginner or you find the game quite difficult, Monday is the day for us. Is the day for you to join every week. And if you have never played before, welcome to the game of Sudoku. And before I get on with that, I'll just mention an item in the news. And today's news is a sad article, is a sad one from Thailand, where I am based, and that is the death of Ajahn Bruce Gaston. The word Ajahn is a Thai word, and it denotes the term. It's roughly translated, often translated as professor. Technically, it doesn't mean that. It really means, expert teacher or something like that. But usually, it gets translated as professor. He was an American. He's died at the age of 74, and I think he moved to Thailand in his 20s. When he was very young, so you can see how long he's lived here. But he is really like a kind of institution. But he was one of the first people really to mix Thai traditional music and Thai traditional musical instruments with jazz. And regular listeners to this channel, viewers to this channel, know that jazz is my obsession. Not really Sudoku. Sudoku is only number 2 on my list of things to do. Jazz is really number 1. And unfortunately, he has died aged 74. I saw him quite a few times in concert, and he was really well respected. He is one of the few foreigners, Westerners, to gain a prestigious award, the Supatana Award. He was a professor actually, and teaching at I think Chulalongkorn University, and I saw him with his group Phong Nam, which translates as sponge. Really a great group and some excellent music. A really good mixture of jazz and Thai traditional rhythms and instruments, similar to lanad, similar to the xylophone and all kinds of traditional instruments that they have. He played in various concerts that were arranged for jazz while the previous king was reigning, the king that Thais referred to as Rama the Ninth, who himself was a jazz musician as well. He played it with Ronnie Scott's, and so in those days, jazz concerts were organised fairly often. Even though jazz is very unpopular, to be honest with you, in Thailand, it's really a minority thing here in Thailand. But for that reason, there were many jazz concerts, and I saw him at several of those. And he also had a Friday night gig. I think it was Fridays, at a place which was like a brewery, place where people go to drink beer and eat lots of food. Especially a huge place, actually. I think you get more than 1,000 people in there. I can't remember the actual number. But he had a regular gig there, and I saw him a couple of times there as well. Yeah, so that's sad news. A really excellent musician, some great musical ideas, has left the planet. Another one. Okay, so anyway, let's get on to today's Sudoku puzzle. So first up, as I mentioned, this is the easy level puzzle. So I'll explain how to play the game if you may have never played it before. There are rows across, and there are columns down, and then there are these heavy sections, and you'll find numbers 1 to 9 in each of the rows, each of the columns, and each of the blocks. But wait, you say, I don't see numbers 1 to 9. I see lots of empty squares, and I say to you, yes, that's your job. Your duty, should you choose to accept, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to fill in numbers 1 to 9 in each of the squares. Now, each number can appear once only in its row, column, or block. Okay. Now, for example, this 3 can appear once only in this row, so it cannot appear in these 3 squares. This 3 cannot appear in these 3 squares because it's already in this row. So we have a kind of blocking effect along here like this, and then there's a 3 blocking up there. So we can say that 3 has to fit in that square there. Okay. What else can we see? Not many easy. Well, where are all the easy numbers? Usually we get a lot of easy, very super easy ones on Monday, unless they've mixed up the puzzle or something. Where is everything? Well, this is very strange. Oh, okay. 6 across here and 6 blocking up here. So that leaves just this square where a 6 can go, right? Blocked and blocked. I must admit, this looks like a looks quite tough for an easy level puzzle. I always call it beginner level. I shouldn't. The newspaper calls it easy level, but usually Mondays I call it beginner level because usually that's what it seems like. 2 blocking across here, 2 blocking across here, and 2 down here. So a 2 has to fit there. Now 2 blocking up this column, 2 blocking up this column. You see it? Blocked and blocked. There's just one empty square, so we know that 2 has to fit there. Quite unusual though. Normally there are like lots and lots of easy numbers to spot, and I'm saying that right now there aren't that many. I mean, it's taking me a while to find any. Okay, so 4, or maybe it's just me because it's very early. 4 blocking up here, 4 blocking down here, 4 across here. That's been there all the time, but I didn't see it, so maybe it's just me. I'm just not seeing everything. Ah, yeah, see, now my eyes are focusing more. 1 blocking up here, 1 blocking up here, and 1 across here. There were, all of these have been here since the beginning, so there were some easy ones. I just didn't notice them. And Sudoku is a game like that. You'll find when you play it, you know, just depending on your mood, you'll manage to play it faster or slower, or 7 blocking up here, 7 blocking up here. Now there's only 1 available square because that's been filled in already. So we know that 7's got to go there. Like that. Yeah, it's a very strange game, and sometimes you don't see numbers that are very obvious, and sometimes you see things that really are quite deep, and you need several steps ahead to see. So it's a strange game sometimes on that level. Okay, now this 2 stops this from being these 2, or let's say it like this, 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here if you prefer, or this 2 blocks every other square here, whichever way you want to think about it. These can't be 2. 2 blocks this square. Now in this column we don't have a 2 yet, so we know that 2 has to go there. And now we have 2 blocking down here, 2 blocking up here, 2 across here, so just 1 square left. And I think that is the last 2. Yeah, it is. So now we don't need to worry about the number 2 anymore because we have 1 in each of the blocks. No, we haven't got 1 here. 2 across, 2 across, 2 up here. Because if there is only 1 block where you don't have that digit, you can always find it. So that's a rule to remember. If you feel like you've got 9 of them, remember there are 9 of these blocks. If you feel like you've got 9, check and see. And if you've only got 8, you can always get the 9th one like I did there, because you know there will be enough intersecting numbers for you to see it. That's a golden rule there for Sudoku. Right. Okay, this 7 disallows these 3 squares from being 7, right? Because you can't have the same number in the same block more than once. So there's no 7 in these 3 squares. This 7 stops this square from being a 7. Therefore, 7 has to go there. Six blocks across this row, 6 blocks across this row. Now you can see there's only 1 square. You know, a moment ago there would have been 2 squares. That wouldn't have been possible. But of course now we are narrowing down the available squares, and so there are fewer options, and so therefore very often things change every time you find a number, something changes on the board and allows you to find more. But that doesn't always mean, you would imagine that it means it gets easier and easier and easier all the way through, but that's not always true when you play the higher level Sudoku puzzles, as you'll find, hopefully, when you play the game more. If you want to play the game more, some people enjoy the easy levels and never want to move on, I think, so that's entirely your prerogative, of course. Shall I show you how we look ahead sometimes? Look, okay, let's see. If we let's look at this block down here, and we see 3 blocking down here, 3 blocking across here, right, leaving just these 2 squares. Now, can we tell where the 3 goes? We know it's not here, we know it's not here. We're left with 2 options. Do we know which square is a 3? Answer, no, we don't. But we do know that it's got to be in this column. And so we can look up this column and say no other square can be a 3 because 3 is in one of these 2. So can this square be a 3? No. Do we need a 3 for this row? Yes, we do. So if it's not here, then the 3 has got to be here like this. And the last number that we need for this row is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 is the last number that we need to fill in. So that's a kind of thing that you'll need to do when you move on to the harder levels more and more. You know, you need to do that kind of looking forward technique, a couple of steps forward, something akin to chess moves ahead. Not the same, but something kind of similar in a way. Okay, now this column down here now does not have a 7, but this 7 stops that square from being 7, and this 7 blocks that square there from being 7. So there's only 1 square left. So 7 has to be up here, there. Missing from this column now are 3 and 9. Those are the 2 numbers that have to appear in these 2 squares, because those are the ones that are lacking. 1, 2. There's no 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's no 9. Now 3 can't appear here, so 3's got to go there, and 9 has got to go here. And now there's just 1 number missing, and you'll find it's 9 when you count through. Or if you learn a couple of Sudoku tricks, you will know that that's 9, because this 3 and 9, and that will have to be the same number, because it was the other single empty square. Okay. 5 now blocks down this column, and so 5 has to be in this square here. Missing numbers down here are 3 and 7. We have 1, 2, there's no 3, 4, 5, 6, there's no 7, 8, 9, yes. So 3 and 7 have to go here. Now if you look, you'll see the 7, if you're ahead of me, blocks this square, so 7 goes there and 3 goes there. Now this should be very easy from this point in. 3 blocking across here, 3 blocking across here, 3 blocking down here, gives me a 3 to place there. I say it should be very easy from here on in. That's just based on experience, that you get to a certain stage and you get a feel and you say, okay, from here on I think it's going to be pretty easy. This 9 blocks across here like this. This 9 blocks down here. Just 1 square left to place a 9. Five blocks this square, and we don't have a 5 in this row yet, so if it can't appear here, then the 5 has to appear here. And the other missing number for this block is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 6. We've got 7, 8, 9, so 6 goes there. And the missing number for this block is a 7. If you count through, you'll find it's a 7. Right. Now, importantly, you have to kind of keep moving your eyes around the board, and sometimes you get stuck in one location for a while looking for something and you can't find it. That's not such a good idea. 4 blocking down here, 4 blocking across here. 4 has to appear there. 9 blocks this square here from being a 9, so 9 has to appear here, and the last number that you need for this block is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an 8, so let's put the 8 in. Here's a little something I'd like to show you, which will be useful for your higher level puzzles. There are 3 empty squares here, so we'll investigate and see what's missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have a 5? No. Do we have 6? No. 7? Yes. 8? No. So a 9? Yes, of course. So 5, 6, and 8. 5, 6, and 8 have to go in these 3 squares. 5, 6, and 8. But if you look here, you'll see both 5 and 8 are in the same row as this square here. So when we say, can it be 8? No. Can it be 5? No. Well, then we know it has to be 6, because that is the other missing number. There are only 3 missing numbers, right? Okay. 6 blocks up here, 6 blocks down here. That gives us a 6 to place in this square now. Okay, let's also investigate over here. We can see, you know, when you've only got 2 numbers left, you can find out what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, and 7 is missing from these two, in these 2 squares along here, but we have an intersecting 7, so we know that the 7 has to go here and the 4 has to go here. What's missing in these 2 squares? You know, we look at this row and we can see, oh no, let's do this one first, because actually we can work out what these are even if we can't place them, and then we will only have 1 number left. If you remember, these are 8 and 5 because I said down here 6, 8, or 5. So the 2 numbers here are 8 and 5. Can we place them? No, we can't, but we know that they are 8 and 5 here. So now we can count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here or here. There's no 6. 7, 8 is here or here. 9, so this has to be a 6. Okay, so that's another trick you can learn. 6 blocking up here, 6 blocking down here, 6 across here. Gives me a 6 in that square there. Actually 5 and 8 are also the missing numbers here. We can't tell which is which yet. Let's see what numbers are missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 and 9 go here. Now this 8 stops that from being an 8. So 8 is in this square, 9 is in this square. Now this 9 blocks up here, this 9 blocks this square, this 9 blocks across the top. So 9 goes there. This 4 stops this square from being a 4, so 4 is here, 1 is the last number to get here now. And now 1 blocking across here, 1 blocking up here. That gives us a 1 in that square there. Three blocks across this row, there's only 1 place left. Now there's just 1 number missing down here, so we should look for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5 yet, so we'll place 5 here. 1 number missing here, which is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks this square here, so 4 has to go there. 5 is the last number that we need to fill in that block there. Now there's just 1 number missing across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an 8, we've got a 9 already. So the 8 goes there. This 8 stops this from being an 8. So 8 comes here. And 5 is the last number that we need for this block here. Now this column here, there's 1 number missing. 1, 2, 3. It's a 4. Put the 4 in. 1 number missing up here. It's a 5. I'm seeing these quite quickly, and you will too once you've played a few games. 5 blocks this square here. 5 goes here, and 8 is our number to finish our beginner level game or easy level game. Actually, I think I'm just going to say easy level rather than beginner level, because I had to think a little bit about that. Sorry about the background megaphone. People are trying to sell things, so let's let them get on and sell, shall we? And I'll say goodbye to you and hope your week is a good one. It's Monday morning, so let's, good things are promised for the week, let's say. Thank you. Bye-bye.